Thank you, Mayor. I have a few items tonight I'd like to bring to the community's attention. The first has to do, each week I report on sales tax, and we just received our July sales tax remittance, which reflects for sales during the month of May. And as you can see, there was about $4.5 million. This is a very small increase over the July 15 level, so it's almost 0.28% over, as I said, the July 15 levels. Really, when you look at this graph here, you can see in the last 6 months, we've had 3 months above the prior year's actuals, and we've had 3 months the other way. And so we're really getting a lot of mixed signals in terms of the local economy. Of course, this is not what we hoped for when we just recently adopted our budget, but we'll obviously keep monitoring this very carefully over the coming months. Next, we'll talk just a quick update on Norman Ford. As with any large capital improvement program, communication with the public is very critical for Norman Ford's success. We just last week sent out our quarterly update to committee members and other community stakeholders throughout the community. We sent the quarterly report out to over 800 Norman News subscribers, and we posted updates on our Facebook page. And then we've also have created on the city's website a section on Norman Ford. And so we're trying to reach out into the community to let them know the progress that's being made, as well as the resources that you can go to get further updates. Speaking of Norman Ford, this week we have our library ad hoc group will meet this Thursday at 3 p.m. in the study session room to discuss the East Branch progress. We're really at that stage now where we have about 65% of the architectural plans being completed. I think if people would like to attend this week, you'll see a more of an emphasis this time and be able to see some of the interior design of the library versus in previous times you've seen more of the exterior appearance. And so this will be a time to see some more, as I said, the interior design. Of course, if the design plans are approved this Thursday, they will move forward to the City Council on our July 26th meeting, and the Council will have an opportunity to look at those plans, and then if they're approved by the City Council, then they'll be moving on to what's called construction document phase, and then once that phase is completed, the project will be put out on the street for bid and then construction. Another important Norman Ford program project is the Westwood Aquatic Center. We'll be opening bids this Thursday for the demolition of the Westwood Pool in preparation for the construction of the new Westwood Family Aquatic Center. And so we'll be reporting to you later this week in terms of the bids that we received for the demolition of the pool. Next, just a quick update on the Saxon Community Park. The contractor and that out there has been grading for the new Park Road extension, and this will provide access to the additional parking area. The contractor is also clearing the path of the fitness trail in the area south of the road. This construction of the trail will begin next week with the road to follow. We also have a separate contractor who will be following behind this, who will be installing some fitness equipment along the trail. There's been some, just due to the severe weather we've had over the last couple of years, we're really rededicating ourselves to some additional maintenance work out there. We'll be working on the cross-country trail as the summer comes about. Next, I want to talk about just an update on our police body camera project. We've been through a request for proposal process. We're currently working with 3 vendors now. We'll be moving into beta testing of all of these proposed solutions in the next 30 to 45 days. We'll be doing beta testing on all 3 of our police shifts, and then following that, we'll move on to the selection of a preferred vendor, and then that contract will be brought back to the City Council for approval. And then during this process, it's our intentions will be hosting a public forum in order to just to update the community on this process, as well as how we see the communication and the education of the community on how this project will be implemented, in talking about our policy, how the cameras will be operating, some of the record storage issues that are important part of that project. Next, I want to talk a little bit about House Bill 2449, the Slow Down to Get Around bill. Just recently we've seen there was about 75 bills that were approved by the legislature and approved by the governor that in one way or another impact local government, and particularly really in municipal operations. This is just one of those 75 bills that will impact us. And as you can see here, as I said, it's kind of nationwide. It's kind of called the Slow Down to Get Around bill, but it requires motorists to reduce their speed and proceed with caution around solid waste and recycling vehicles when they're using their flashing lights. This bill also authorizes vehicles that collect refuse and recyclables to use flashing lights. Some of the recent data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, in particular the 2004 census of fatal occupational injuries, makes the point that with refuse and recyclable material collectors, that's about the 5th most dangerous profession in America in terms of fatalities and injuries. And so, as I understand it, across the United States in 2014, there were 27 fatalities related to solid waste collectors and recycling collectors. And so we'd encourage all of our motorists to be aware of the dangers that face our employees that are out there collecting recyclables and waste. This law will go into effect November the 1st, but of course we'd ask people to be careful now. And then finally, just a quick update on our City Council orientation. Our newly sworn council members are going through the orientation process. They're meeting with staff and many of our different departments. They're participating. They're actually going into the field and touring various facilities in the city. They'll also be attending the orientation provided by the Oklahoma Municipal League. And I just would say that we have a very hard-working city council. Our city council members take their job about learning the city operations very seriously. I appreciate their time and the energy that they put in away from from their businesses and the other things that they're responsible for to come and to actually tour the facilities, meet the employees, and to familiarize themselves with municipal operations. And I commend you all for the time that you put in doing that. So thank you, Mayor.